blend of the guitar, piano, and melodic bass lines, reggae music has for centuries warmed the hearts of music lovers worldwide. Reggae music, widely believed to have originated during the era of the slave trade, is a genre first developed in Jamaica in the 1960s. Meanwhile, the music form made its return to Africa in the 1970s. At the time, the most popular music form in most parts of Africa, particularly West Africa, was highlife, and Ghana was no exception. During the 70s, Bob Marley and the likes of Peter Tosh were brewing what came to be known as the most recognizable form of reggae, the roots reggae, which was not so different from early reggae, but only had small refinements and in most cases was characterized by lyrics grounded in the Rastafarian movement's Back to Africa message.
Reggae is music that is
syncopation of rhythms that emphasizes on the third beat.
Reggae is one drop where you have tune. That's what we call a one drop.
And of course, the belief in one living God, Jah. Bob Marley went on to become the most successful to this day and biggest exporter of that particular subgenre and reggae in general to the world.
One love, what about a one heart, what about let's get together and feel alright.
Well, I break it down into two separate lines. There is the musical side and the culture side. The people who have actually taken up to the culture, try to live the Rasta life, and then there's another strand of people who have taken to the music itself.
And also in Ghana, the likes of young Pat Thomas, Tommy Darling, and Amachi Dede were unknowingly pioneering the emergence of reggae music with their highlife songs, which relied mostly on bass guitar chords, staccato-style keyboards, horns, and lyrics that were mostly on love, peace, unity, hardships, and money, all making sublime relation to the reggae genre.
Reggae music would normally borrow from a standard R&B composition structure. So reggae music would go from an intro to a verse, say 2 verses, go to a chorus, go to a verse, do a middle 8, come back to an instrumental break, do a chorus, a verse, and then a coda.
By the 80s, Bob Marley and reggae's impact could be felt in Africa and in Ghana particular. His influence and impact in the country led to a revolution in the music industry. This saw the birth of groups and personalities like Roots Anabo, Simple Man Kante, C.S.T. Amankwa, and Felix Bell. In essence, the impressive music career of Roots Anabo earned him an invitation to perform at a defunct Sunsplash in Jamaica.
Ghanaians who loved reggae music, who lived in the UK around that time, came home to Ghana and brought LPs.
The interesting thing is that around that same time you have the likes of Johnny Nash,
Big Youth,
Jimmy Cliff,
Yellow Man,
Bob Marley and the Wailers, and at the latter time, culture serenading Ghanaians with reggae music.
Roots Anabo's return to the country led to a revolution of reggae music, which gave rise to the local crisis band of the University of Ghana, Legon, which then had Rocky Dawuni, one of Ghana's biggest international reggae artists, as its lead singer.
They've gone down all our heroes in a cold-blooded murder. Try to stop this movement from growing much further. Jaja give us power to cross every border. Hey DJ, press rewind and come again. African reggae fever, catch it. There will be no cure when you get it.
Some of us who are reggae aficionados, there's a vexed issue, the issue of the linkage of marijuana, weed, with reggae music.
There's a new line of people who love reggae music, they love the culture, but they will never wear the colors or anything just to show, don't have a dreadlock or anything, but in their hearts, they are reggae lovers.
If you look at gospel music,
Don't you see, my brother, that life is so short? It passes so quickly and soon it's gone.
You feel such a heavy presence of reggae beats in gospel music. Question I would like to ask is, are you going to make a linkage with cannabis usage and gospel music? No.
The late 80s and early 90s saw reggae take a transformation that was to change the genre and produce a generation of successive hits. However, hip-hop's growing global influence in the 90s affected reggae, and the result is what's presently known as ragga, or dancehall music.
Dancehall is music that makes you move your body, music that has a lot of story. Dancehall has a vibe.
He's a reggae child, a child of reggae music, because it's dancehall reggae. So it's the rhythm and the kind of singing.
As a matter of fact, the ragga or dancehall genre is not a novelty, but just a comeback of what was then known as dub music, performed by the likes of Iroy, the Silvertones, Big Joe and Faye in the 60s and 70s. Ragga or dancehall became the new name of the game, and acts like King Yellow and Shabba Ranks quickly became its icons.
Every hour, every minute, every second, them call me Miss a Lover, man, them call me Miss a Lover.